Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
100% all natural, tasty, healthy, versatile. 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
May problema ka ba sa landlord mo? Baka i-evict ka na ni Kuya. May problema sa mga kapitbahay, sa trabaho. O kaya naman kay Mister o kay Mrs. Away tungkol sa mana, mga may utang, mga aksidente, daing o laban sa ospital or sa NHS, harassment, o baka naman may stalker ka na gusto mong ireklamo. Punta na sa DV Solicitors para matulungan ka pagdating sa mga litigations at iba pang mga legal concerns. DV Solicitors at 2nd floor, Howard House, St. John Street, Bedford, MK42 0DJ. Tumawag sa 01234-350-244 or 01234-225-188 o kaya naman mag-email sa d.quinto@dvsolicitors.com. Visit our website at www.dvsolicitors.com.
During these trying times, we salute the frontliners who are tirelessly caring for all of us against the COVID-19. To all the courageous nurses, doctors, carers, and paramedics at the NHS, words are not enough to thank you. We at Highlight Express International are here to support you back with a full semester 10% discount when you send your balikbayan boxes to your family in the Philippines. Dahil ang Highlight Express International ay para sa pamilya.
Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay na minsan kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.
Okay, nako, magandang gabi ho sa inyong lahat. Happy Tuesday ho sa inyong mga kababayan natin. Welcome ho sa ating program. Ito po ang Legal Advice Corner, no? Dito po sa ating station of Filipino TV Europe. So welcome ho sa ating program. Ako po si Sonny Laragan at nagsisimula na rin ako mag-fast. Pinag-aaralan ko na ho yung intermittent fasting. At marami pala yung mga iba't ibang mga ways, no? Meron palang 6-5 klase. Pero yan, pag-aaralan ho natin. Dahil siyempre, pagka medyo nagkakaedad ka, ayaw mong medyo mabigat ka, no? At masama ho yun, nakaka-apekto ho yun sa no? O nakaka-apekto ho sa ating mga kalusugan, no? Sa ating mga puso, halimbawa. if you have this extra weight, masama ho talaga, nahirapan yung puso ho natin. Okay, so it's another night of Legal Advice Corner. Kung meron ho kayong mga tanong na nais ninyong malaman ang kasagutan tungkol sa batas dito sa United Kingdom, manood ho kayo. Stay there at pakishare lang ho. No? Ako medyo may problema ako. There's something about the Facebook that I couldn't share right now. No? Hindi ko ho ma-share. Hindi ko alam kung bakit. Ikot lang ng ikot. Nangyayari ho data yan. Hindi ko alam kung down ang Facebook. Pero yung sa stocks ho ngayon, yung mga stocks ho ay nagbabaan ho yung mga presyo ho, no? Yung mga halaga ng mga stocks today, no? Nasa red, ika nga. Kung kayo ay nasa stock market ho, kunyari, pagka nasa green ho yan, medyo kumbaga may kumikita kayo. Pag bumaba ho yan sa red, may problema ho kayo. Mababa yung halaga ng stock ninyo. Anyway, hindi ho stock ang pag-uusapan natin, kundi Legal Advice Corner. Tawagan na ho natin. Let's say, good evening doon sa ating pinakamamahal na abogada ho, no? At siya ho ang managing partner ho ng Deo Valente Solicitors. Walang iba kundi si Attorney Danna QUInto. Attorney, magandang gabi sa iyo.
Magandang gabi, Mr. Laragan. Magandang gabi sa lahat ng mga viewers. And thank you again for bearing with us tonight. Sorry, medyo late tayo. I know Mr. Laragan is doing intermittent fasting, so for all of the viewers na hindi naka-tune in last week, why we're late and what am I doing these days? I've been fasting dahil nakikisalo tayo dun sa mga Muslim brothers and sisters natin, mga colleagues ko, team members who are also fasting. I want to be able to share what they're going through. So I joined them for Ramadan. So this is my 22nd day of fasting, no food, no water for about 18 hours a day. So I just broke my fast at 8:35 today. So thank you, Mr. Laragan. Thank you for everyone for bearing with us. So it's been 3 weeks. So about 8 days to go na lang ata, 8 days to go. And it's been quite a journey. So, kamusta po kayo? Kamusta ka, Mr. Laragan? Nag-intermittent fasting ka na ba?
Hindi pa eh. Kaya lang, I've been trying to just minimize my eating. Dati kasi parang malakas akong kumain ng konti, no? But I'm trying to really limit it down. And then, nakita ko yan. Tama yan. Doon sa mga first-time viewers, nagtataka sila, bakit nag-start ng medyo late? Hindi ho kasi itong sa Attorney Danna kasi, merong break ng fasting yan, di ba? Normally, nasa mga 8:28 something yan, no? After 8,
Correct.
break.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
After
so after 8.
yes.
So after 21 days, 22nd date, after 3 weeks, you're gunning for your 4th week now. So far,
Next week
kumusta?
na.
Next week. Sabi mo, last 8 days, no?
Yeah,
Tama
last
ba?
8 days.
Kumusta na? How are you? How has it been? How has it, ika-apat mong 3 weeks down? Sabi mo, 22 days na yata, tama ba?
Yep.
Oo.
Coming up to 4th week now.
Coming in the
Last
4th
home
week
stretch
na,
na.
Kumusta?
stretch na tayo.
Lalo ka bang, sanay ka na ba?
Yung gutom, sanay na. Yung uhaw din, sanay na. Ang medyo na nararamdaman ko personally is, at sinasabay ko, ginagawa ko talaga yung, gigising sa umaga. So, been waking up at 3:20 in the morning to drink a couple of glasses of water. And nahirapan akong matulog ulit. So, yun ang nagiging challenge, kumbaga, for the last few days. So, pag weekend, talaga natutulog lang ako. Bumabawi lang ako sa tulog. Sa lahat ng
kasi wala kang work. Kasi walang work. Wala kang office. So yung office hours mo, yun ang binabawi mo sa tulog. Ano ba, attorney?
Diba? Yung pag weekend.
Yung pag weekend. So, pag weekends.
Kasi talagang yun, personally for me, that's the one na kaya ko yung walang pagkain, yung walang tubig, yung uhaw. Pag dinagdagan mo pa ng walang tulog, yun ang medyo talagang, medyo, yun ang nakaka-challenge ng willpower. But okay naman. So far, so good. Kayang-kaya. Yung lang, siguro pag mga Thursday or Friday, paaga yung tulog ko. But it's been good. At last week na. And then sabi natin last week, health-wise, this is very, very good because parang detox, overhaul, kumbaga, ng buong body mo. And I did feel that. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling lighter. I'm feeling I'm feeling like parang yung mga
Damit mo ba
organs
lumuwag?
feels
Yung mga damit, yung damit mo ba
yung
lumuwag? Ikaw ba,
damit.
have you checked your weight? When you started ba, did you get a reading of yung weight mo? At kinumpare mo ba sa ngayon kung more or less ilang pounds na ang nawala sa'yo?
I had a reading of my weight mga 2 weeks before I started because pumunta ako dun sa chiropractor. So I haven't weighed myself in. I will do that
Okay,
shortly.
okay.
I haven't weighed myself in, so I might do that. I don't think I lost a lot, but I think may mga yung gumaan lang talaga. Gumaan lang talaga yung
Okay.
pakiramdam. And
Talaga?
you feel healthier. Hindi
Really?
siya
Okay.
hindi siya madali. I would probably yung sleep yun yung ano. But after nito, mag-exercise na ako, yun naman. After ng fasting,
Ramadan mo,
I'll probably go
fasting.
back to the gym, and I might do yung fasting na may tubig. Yung parang intermittent fasting, sabay tayo, Mr. Laragan, kung gusto
Sige,
mo. Sabay tayo.
Yeah,
Tayo
I'd
para
like to see.
Bago
Oo na,
tayo
mas,
mag-hiking. Para may kasama. Mas masarap may kasama. Seryoso.
Ganun ba?
Kasi pag sa opisina, tatanungin ko, napunta po na, kamusta na? Kamusta pakiramdam nyo? So, pwede ako magtanong kasi ako din, tapos nag-share kami, kamusta ka, Danna? How are you feeling? So,
ayan. So, everyday, kumustahan yan, attorney? Lagi nagkukumustahan kayo. Kamusta ka na? Kaya pa ba?
bilangan
Okay na.
na. Okay ba?
Right, okay.
Kamusta ba ngayon? So, we've
What?
got the countdown. So, ngayon, 8 days na lang. 8 days to go. It's gonna
When you
wait.
say 8 days,
Wait.
attorney, may last Tuesday mo yung next week, bale? So,
Last Tuesday na po. So, after next week,
ayun,
balik na po
okay.
tayo sa alas 8, mga kababayan.
Ayun,
Pasensya na po at salamat po sa patience nyo. But it's good though, kasi madami tayong kababayan. Especially, I grew up in Mindanao. Although I'm
Oo.
Catholic, and I went to Catholic school, marami tayong kababayan in a Muslim. And I went to school with may kaklase ako, kaibigan, schoolmate. And it's good to share this. It's good to share, to be able to walk sa shoes nila. That hindi po talaga madali. So sa lahat ng mga may kasama sa trabaho na nagra-Ramadan, so may mga alam mo yun, mga kaibigan nyo, it's, check on them. You know, tanongin niya. Minsan, all it is just, oh, are you okay? Are you still okay? Because it's quite a challenge. So,
Oo nga, well,
nakaka-move din yung ginagawa. Every year nilang ginagawa. Unang beses ko pa nga lang ginawa.
oo nga,
Last year, I
grabe,
did it.
no?
Pero yung first
Grabe,
or two
attorney,
days,
no? They've been doing it since they were baby pa siguro. Ano ba, earliest time na pwede ka
puberty po ata.
mag-Ramadan?
Adolescent po ata. but,
Adolescent. Okay, okay. O, sila, they've been
So,
doing it for a long time na, di ba?
how many years, di ba? Talagang,
Oo.
sa atin, walang pressure kasi makikisali lang naman tayo. Pero sila, di ba?
Oo.
Like, they have to do it year in, year out. So, respect us. So, it's now, that's what I learned. So, talagang siguro from here on, siguro pag Ramadan, extra patient ako sa mga nakapaligid sa akin na nagpo-fasting. Siguro that's the takeaway here. Or kahit sino, kahit hindi Muslim, like people who may not have a lot, na yun ang pinagdadaanan nila. You really put yourself into that shoes. At iba talaga. Kaya sa atin, self-inflicted nga to, pwede mo yun eh.
Sa Pilipinas ba, attorney, di ba, Mindanao ka lumaki? Halos pareho din ba? Do you see your Muslim friends na ganyan din? They would wake up, hindi pa break of dawn, no? Hindi pa break of dawn, talagang madilim pa, tapos yan, kumakain sila ng breakfast nila. Well, parang kain na rin sa breakfast, no?
Yes,
Tapos
that's
mamayang,
right.
do they do the same thing? Have you observed them? Naalala mo ngayon, parang nako-correlate mo, ganun pala ginagawa ng mga
Naalala ko lang
kapitbahay ko,
po na may
kaibigan ko.
ganun. Yes,
Oo.
naalala ko lang po na may ganun, na may Ramadan. Kaso nung bata ako, so probably they weren't doing it at school na ano. Pero naalala ko po na may mga nag-observe po around us that ng Ramadan. And it's, naalala ko, Eid sa Pilipinas is national holiday eh. Sa atin, di ba? National
Yes,
holiday
oo,
ng
naging ano.
Eid. Yeah.
Pero
National holidays.
kailan nag-start yan? Because I remember, no, ako yung lumalaki.
GMA ata.
Hindi
GMA.
ko
Di ba?
naalalang merong, hindi, walang ganun, attorney. Yung Eid na yan, di ba? Ngayon, lately na yata yan eh. Parang...
I mean, GMA. Si Gloria Macapagal Arroyo
GMA.
pa ata.
Si GMA nagsimula.
GMA.
Okay.
Okay, GMA pa ata. Recently lang, high school pa
Right.
ata ako. Gloria Macapagal Arroyo pa ata.
nga, kasi
Recently. Siya rin nagpala ng maraming holiday.
Sino ba inabot ko? Sino ba inabot ko presidente, attorney? Inabot ko yata si ano eh.
Sino ba inabot? Matagal na po pala kayo wala sa Pilipinas.
Hindi, nung panahon na yun.
Estrada, inabot niyo po.
Ay, oo,
Estrada.
syempre. Hindi ko inabot ko ba si Marcos, inabot ko. Hindi ko lang.
Si Marcos. Pinanganak ako, halos eh.
Marcos time.
Wala na pala. December 1987 na wala na si Marcos. Napaalis.
87 ka, attorney, pinanganak?
Sinabi.
Ah?
Opo. 87. Opo, 87.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
87.
87.
Revolution babies. Yeah.
Nasa ako nung news director ako sa Mareco Broadcasting Network the year before. Oo, so binong mo pinapanganak mo. News director na ako sa Mareco Broadcasting sa DC. Oh, wow. Tao na ako noon, ha? Baby ka pala. Baka nasa ano ka pa ng mami mo. But that's good, ha? Okay, at that's nice to know. Kita niyo mga kaibigan, batang-bata yung abogado natin, no? Nakasmile palagi, maski gutom na. Pero ikaw ba, attorney, sanay na talaga? I mean, what would happen to you, say, pag natapos na yan, let's say, 8 days from now, ano unang mong gagawin? Kakain ka ba ng 3 times a day? Paano nang magiging,
Iinom po siguro ako ng 3 times a day. Iinom po
talaga?
ako ng tubig 3 times a day. Siguro yun ang gagawin ko. It's more about drinking water. Siguro i-keep ko yung fast. Yung intermittent fasting, I'll keep that. Kasi, maayos yung gano'n. Like, you just eat a little bit sa morning. Hindi alas 3, but maybe 7 o'clock. And then, yung second is maybe 6 o'clock. Eat early dinner. And then the rest is a whole fast. 11 to 12 o'clock.
Hindi ba
11 to 12 hours.
Di ba sabi nga nila, yung skin natin, yung body natin, how many percent water? Hindi ba parang yung skin mo medyo nagbago dahil, di ba, pagkakulang ng kumbaga parang plancha na tinutubigan ka, di ba, dapat? Tuyo ka. Ano nangyari sa skin mo?
Because I looked at my face before and after fasting. Talagang within 20 minutes, nakikita mo po talaga yung difference. Kung makikita nyo po ako na, kung mag-show po ako na nagpa-fasting ako, baka yung makikita mo talaga na parang pagod or medyo dehydrated. And then once you drink water, within about 5-10 minutes, talagang biglang nagbabrighten.
Parang mga boxers yan, di ba? Where they would try to parang fast na rin just to be able to make the weight. And afterwards, biglang lolobo yan dahil kakain mag-hydrate na yan at lahat, no? Okay.
That is true. So, it's been good. It's yun siguro talaga yung siguro more water. And na-appreciate ko yung tubig. Hindi ako mainom ng tubig.
Siyempre, di ba?
Talagang ngayon.
Di ba?
Parang
ginto ang tubig, eh, no?
Yung tubig.
Di ba?
Ginto ata yung tubig.
Hindi kasi talaga.
And yung madami ako natutunan. So,
that's good. I mean, you saying that kasi parang kami, although hindi namin magagawa at hindi para dami siguro kayang gawin, pero the mere fact na alam namin ikaw, yan, at inexperience mo, at sinasabi mo yung reaction, no? So, we can also feel it in a way, no? Maski paano, ganun pala, no? Although wala ang actual na experience, pero ganun ang nararamdaman pala ni attorney, ganyan, no? So, yeah. Greetings muna tayo, attorney. Just a few greetings dito. Hindi pa rin ako, paikot-ikot pa rin, hindi ako makapag-share, no? Paki-share ho ninyo itong ating show, no? Para nang sa ganun ay malaman ng ating mga kababayan. Marami tayong mga silent viewers, attorney, magugulat ka, ay nanonood ako, tapos bigla lang susulpot, sasabihan ka. Ganun ako, nagugulat ako eh. So, it's nice to know that they're there and they're watching us, no? Nanonood sila.
Kanina kausap ko po yung mga viewers. May viewer po ako na binigyan ng advice din.
Really?
Wow. Sa opisina. So that was good. That was really good.
Okay.
As promised, talagang inaral muna. And then, that's good. Sabi ko, tawag ulit pag So, nakakatuwa. Kumbaga minsan nakaka-good vibes na kahit gaano ka busy, makapagbigay ka man lang na kahit kaunti sa kababayan. That's good. It's nice.
Kung tumawag si attorney, biglang umiiyak. Okay lang yun.
Ay, marami na. Divorce lawyer ako, Mr. Laragan, sanay na sanay.
Ganun ba? Okay.
Yung problema yung
Hindi kasi, di ba, ganun di ba, may kamukha nung kay Rafi Tulfo, may nananawagan, nag-iiyakan, no? But that's part of life.
Ako. Sanay na sanay ako dyan.
So kasama yan, okay na yun. Alright, baka kako magulat ka, no? Uy, attorney, biglang umiiyak, no? So okay na yan. At least nakita mo na ang isang abogado, lahat yan nakita na. Okay, mga greetings dito. Let's say, ito si Ma'am Cora Carzola. Pakibasa nga, attorney.
Cora, first of all, hello Sir Sonny, Attorney Danna, and all. Maligayang Martes.
Ayan, okay. Uy, ma'am, ayan, si Ma'am Cora Carzola. Ano ho yan? Teacher ho sa Notre Dame sa Manila, ha? Si attorney, si Ma'am Cora Carzola. Ay, siya nga pala, kami ni attorney ho, taga-Damer ho kami, no? Damer Siena si attorney. Ako naman ho ay sa Notre Dame sa Manila, no?
Correct.
Okay, ayan. Sino bumabati sa rin? Sige, attorney.
Susan Francisco Batong Bakal. Hi,
Oy!
Sonny and Attorney Danna. Good evening to all. Good evening, Susan. And you've had your COVID vaccine. Well done. Well done. Mr. Sonny, meron ka na ba second dose?
Yeah. Meron na schedule. May schedule na ako. May 13 finally. Alam mo, parang May 13, malapit na. Next Thursday yata, next week. So tuwan-tuwa ako dahil hopefully kung magta-travel kami ng palabas ng Pilipinas, sana sana i-announce sa May 17, kaya medyo looking forward ako sa May 17 kung ano balita. Kasi meron kaming
Yung Spain po, declared na, ha? Sorry to interrupt, but yung Spain declared, ha? Declared na safe for travel.
Talaga, ha?
Yes!
Hindi, kasi may problema kasi kami dahil baka magkaroon ng disruption. Yung biyahe namin, may flight kami ng first week of June.
Foreign, 1 hour ago, Foreign Office, Portugal, Israel, Greek, and Spanish islands declared safe for holidays.
Islands, hindi mainland. Hindi mainland,
Hindi ba
attorney?
mainland? Mainland ba kailangan nyo? Sige, sorry.
Oo, baka islands, baka Canaries yan, mga Canaries.
Baka Canaries. Tingnan natin.
Oo, baka.
Tingnan natin.
Hindi
So,
yata,
let's
naku,
check
attorney,
it.
baka hindi pa yata Oo.
Yeah, green list. Okay, Malta. Tingnan natin mamaya. But at least, papunta
Sana.
na doon. Papunta na doon. Sa tingin ko.
Hindi pa. Nako, mapupurnada pa yata yung biyahe, no? But anyway, kasi ilang beses nang na-rebook yan. Siguro maka-4 na beses nang na-rebook yan, And we were hoping, di ba, na on May 17, international travel will... sabagay yan, approved na, no? Kanya nga lang hindi kasama yung mainland.
That's good.
Oo,
Yeah,
hindi
that is a good,
Portugal, ano yung mga bansa na yan, attorney? Portugal,
Greece, and Malta din ata. Israel. Yung sa Israel, di ba? Ang galing ng nila
Oo.
And Spanish islands.
Ayan. Okay.
Excluding...
Sana maayos yan, attorney.
Sana maayos, Sorry,
Oy,
Yeah.
by the way, gusto ko lang announce na si Susan Batumbakal, ang first winner natin ng World Remit na Mother's Day promo natin sa The Sonny Laragan Show.
Done.
So nanalo siya ng 3,000 pesos yung kanyang mother-in-law. It could be a mother-in-law kung sino yung pinapadalan. Yung kanyang hobby na si Erwin. Erwin, tama nga ba, Susan? Yun ang mother nung kanyang pwede kasi mother-in-law, mother, lola, kung sino ho nagpalaki sa inyo. No? Sinong nanay niyo ho sa Pilipinas. Ayan.
Congratulations.
Okay. Congratulations, Susan. No? Ang pangalan niya, Jesusa. No? Jesusa.
Oh, wow.
Ayan, attorney.
Si Richie Borce. Good evening, Sir Sonny and Attorney Danna. Happy Tuesday po. Happy Tuesday, Richie.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Yes.
Hello, France. Eiffel Tower.
Taga-France ba yan? Baka naman taga-France. Okay. Ayan. Si Darmin.
Si Darmin. Good evening
Darmin.
to you, Sonny. Beautiful Attorney Danna and viewers. Good evening, Darmin from Belgium.
Yes, good evening, Danna. Mabuhay,
Darmin.
Oo.
Mabuhay ka.
Si Amira, kumusta? Yung kanyang baby girl. Well, hindi na baby, no?
Birthday
Little girl,
ni Amira,
princess. Oy,
Yeah. Birthday ni Amira. Last
kailan
week
ba?
ba yun?
Really?
24 or
Oy.
23? Hindi
Oh,
ko
belated
alam
happy
eh.
birthday
Darmin,
kay
di ba?
Amira. Mm.
Belated happy birthday,
Belated,
Amira.
belated happy birthday, no?
Happy
Ayan,
birthday.
sino yung susunod, attorney? Oy, napapanood din ho
Blessy
nyo kami sa,
naman.
sa YouTube, sa Filipino TV Europe sa YouTube. Pakipanood ho sa amin. Sige, attorney, go.
Blessy, good evening and happy Tuesday too. Happy Tuesday, Blessy. Blessy, bago ka ba? Bago ba?
Bago,
Or
first
hindi?
time
Hindi
nating,
ka na si
first time ba
Blessy
nating
ba?
nakita yung
Or
name niya? O dati na?
hindi rin ata. Kasi nakita ko na si Blessy. Blessy, taga saan? Taga saan ka? Nabakunahan na rin si Blessy, oh. I've had my...
Ganun ba? Ibig
Parang
sabihin,
lahat ng Pilipino nabakunahan. Lahat ng-
Ay, teka muna, attorney, kailan na yung sa'yo? Natapos na ba yung second mo?
June 5 pa po. June 5.
June 5. Okay, June 5. At least meron ka na, no, attorney, no? Nakaske... Oo, nagwo-worry ako. Nagwo-worry. Pati si Peps nga, nauna sa akin si Peps Villanueva.
Oh,
Pero wala, hindi ko alam kung may schedule na siya. Most likely siguro, no? Meron na siguro schedule. Ayan, pati si Attorney Lira, may schedule din. Kayo, maswerte, no? Mabilis ka.
May
Kami
mga
nasa,
schedule kami.
medyo kinakabahan pa kami, no? Ayan, Attorney, si Rafa, ayan. Uy, meron.
Rafa.
Ayan, si Rafa, mabuhay ka, ha? Sige, pakibasa, Attorney.
Buhay. Good evening po, Kuya Sonny and Attorney Danna. Keep safe po. Keep safe, Rafa. And nag-start yung show nila last Saturday, di ba? Or every Saturday
Yes.
na ba?
Oo,
ba yung
yes,
show po?
Saturday.
More power, Rafa.
So,
Good luck and,
mabuhay. Rafa, ha? Sige.
mabuhay.
Okay, doki. Ano to? Paano ba mabasa dyan? Jazzy Mia.
Jazzy Mia. Good evening
Bago ba
po.
yan?
Good evening, Jazzy.
Bago ba si Jazzy?
Bago ata. Mukhang taga Pilipinas ata si Jazzy. No?
Jazzy, mabuhay ka. Taga saan ka ba? Sa Pilipinas ka ba? Dito or saan, no? Ayan, ito
Taga
si...
saan ka ba?
Pakisabi ko nasan ka. Okay.
Kuya Jay. Watching from Battersea.
Battersea.
Jay
Oh,
Gomez.
Battersea. Malapit sa akin yan, attorney. Ano yan?
Malapit
Wandsworth.
ka?
Well, malapit in the sense that...
Wandsworth, yes.
Kasi Wandsworth ako eh. So, Wandsworth din yan, ang Battersea. Ang US Embassy nasa Wandsworth na ho ngayon, no? Wala na sila sa dating... Wala na sa luma, yung dating sa Grosvenor ba yan? Kasi Grosvenor, pero...
Place.
Grosvenor. Grosvenor yata pronunciation nila, no? Grosvenor ba? Grosvenor. Uy, si Mark Natal. Ito, mabate. Si Mark. Ayan.
Mark, good evening, Attorney Danna, and Mr. Poggy, Sir Sonny. At dahil dyan, si Mark, may special mention.
Bumati siya dahil si Darmy kasi sabi niya, Miss Beautiful kaya yata kanina, Attorney Beautiful. Sabi niya, patas na, hindi siya papayag. Nagagalit siya kay Darmin. Bakit hindi sinabing Poggy? No? Thank you, Mark, ha? Mabuhay ka. Ayan, si Kuya...
Napaunahan din si Mark. Kuya Jay, hello po, brother.
Oo. Ayan, sino susunod? Kuya Jay. Kuya Jay.
Yeah, may shoutout si Kuya Jay. Hello po to Brother Arnel Esteban Casiraya. Brother Arnel Esteban Casiraya, good evening. Nasaan ka
Mabuhay,
man?
Brother Arnel, ha? Binabati ka ni Kuya Jay.
Brother Arnel.
Ayan, si Kuya Jay. Tapos, si Susan Francisco. Yun. Thank you po, Kuya Sonny. At sa World Remit. Thank you. Sige, okay.
Thank you then, Susan.
Attorney, sumagot na to. Akala mo nasa Pilipinas. Hindi, Sige.
Okay. Ganda ng Oxfordshire na yun,
Oo. Nasa UK po
Paano
now.
ka nasa El Nido,
Oxfordshire.
Jazzy?
Anong part ka ng
Alam ko,
Oxfordshire?
Palawan.
Hindi, baka naman yung holiday niya, attorney. Di ba pagka holiday kayo,
Baka holiday picture.
nag-show off. Minsan nag-show off. May mga kusaan-saan, di ba? Sa selfie, no?
Pag naka-travel na tayo, makapag-change din ng profile picture.
Oh, yes. Oo, di ba? Hindi, totoo yan, attorney. We need, di ba, para at least malam. Kasi for posterity yun di ba? Hindi mo maalala mo na, ay, galing ako nung 19 or 20 something doon sa lugar na yan. Okay, Susan Francisco Batong Bakal, ano yan? Sabi niya, attorney, ano yan? Sabi
Attorney, pareho siguro yan. Pareho tayo ng second vaccine. June 5 din ako sa Science Museum Vaccination Center. Yun. Kita tayo din.
Social, no?
Sana ako sa Bedford.
Okay. Sabay kayo, ha? Sabay kayo.
Gym.
Yeah, alright.
Pure gym ata sa Bedford ako.
Ano
Yes, good luck sa atin si June 5. Sana
yes,
wala tayong
June 5,
side
Susan. Napunta ka naman ng Science Museum, attorney?
Hindi po. Saan po ba ang Science Museum?
Science Museum. Napunta ka na rin ba sa Natural history, tama ba? Natural History Museum.
British
Natural,
Museum of the Natural, yeah,
hindi,
the
hindi.
natural. Yeah,
Yung merong ano, may yung merong dinosaur.
Ay, hindi pa po. Saan po yun? Ay, nakakatawa.
Yung Natural
Gusto ko
History, Natural History
ba?
Museum ba yun? Oo, yung kusan lugar ni, ano, ni, naku, nakalimutan ko na yun. Sino ba yung nagsabi na galing tayo sa mga unggoy?
Darwin.
Oh, si Charles
Yeah,
Darwin.
Darwin.
Oh, yan. Doon siya,
Charles
parang
Darwin.
natira yata rin na siya ron, no? Charles
Yeah,
Darwin.
yeah.
Yan,
Oh,
sa
yeah,
Natural
yeah.
History Museum. Magkakatabi attorney
Yeah.
Natural History Museum, Science Museum,
Right.
Victoria and Albert Museum. Magkakatabi yan.
I've been there. Victoria and Albert, I've been there.
Oh, sayang. Nasa tabi lang, nasa likod. Sayang, hindi mo
Nasa tabi lang
ikot.
pala.
Oh, yung Natural History Museum, pagka Christmas time, nagiging skating rink yung labas nun attorney. Every year yun.
Okay.
Oo, except nitong pandemic
Ako
siguro.
na kami.
Oo, kailangan magkita kayo ni ano doon. Ay, hindi pala, no? Science, ano lang pala siya sa vaccination lang pala sa Science Museum.
Hindi, pwede rin. Pwede tayo magkita doon. Ayan.
Ay, sana lumuwag na, no, attorney, by June, no? Hopefully, sana luwag na. Di ba, they're planning on probably pwede nang walang mask, pero sana hindi pa, no? Ayan,
Yes,
sino to?
that's right.
Ay,
Sans TV. Sino ba si
Mega
Sans?
Love.
Sans, ito ata, ano eh.
Mega
Ay,
shout
ito
out.
talagang
Ano to?
taga-beat.
Mega love shout out.
Mega
idol.
love, shout
Host.
out, idol,
Ano?
host.
Anong
Thumbs
tamsak?
up done. Parang hindi ko po alam. Cryptic
Ano yan?
ata, medyo cryptic.
May cryptic.
Sans
Ano yan?
taga 2 to 5. Baka ano,
Ah,
hindi ko
okay.
alam. Basta, hello Sans, yun na lang. Hello Sans, good evening. Shout out din sa'yo.
May Larry Miller TV, no? Ayan, so Larry Miller.
May mga parang IT glitch siguro.
Ayan,
Siguro,
oo.
may mga,
Ayan.
ayun.
Oh, si
Si Rafa.
Rafa.
Ayun, balik
Oo,
ka. Rafa.
nagpapasalamat sa atin. Nagulat ka.
Salamat po. Ayun, at least si Rafa nababasa. Salamat
Mag-
po Kuya Sonny, Laragan, and Attorney Danna QUInto sa suporta sa Britanya ngayon. Mabuhay po kayo. Mabuhay din kayo, Rafa. Mabuhay din kayo.
Ito,
No
attorney, Larry Miller ba to? Larcy Miller.
Mega Larcy Miller TV. Mega love shout out mga idol host. Okay,
Ayan.
ayun.
Okay.
Ayun,
Well,
ayun.
ayan. Sige, yun na muna ating mga pagbati, attorney. May di-discuss ka ba for tonight before we go into
Yes.
break? Ano yung di-discuss
Yes,
mo? Mag-break lang tayo. Sige, ano yan?
Yes, matagal na natin hindi napapag-usapan. Last year, we talked about it and madaming nag-react at nag-comment. We're gonna go back to prenuptial agreements. So,
Uy,
frequently asked questions about prenuptial agreement. Last week, settlement agreement. This week, prenup. Yung mga napapanood napapakinggan na naririnig nyo sa mga telenovela. Ano nga ba ang prenup? And what are the normal questions or usual questions that people ask about it? Prenup in the UK.
Divorce na si attorney. Si Melinda Gates tsaka si Bill Gates.
And Bill
Nabas-
Gates, correct.
Oo.
Nabasa.
Yan, palagay mo,
Grabe.
may prenup yan, no? Bago niya napangasawa yan, no? Most likely, no?
I don't think so. Kasi hindi pa siya ganun ka-successful noon.
Dahil successful din
Probably
siya, attorney,
not.
nung nagkakilala sila.
They were both
27, ilang years ba sila
married
mag-asawa? 27 years?
quite a few years ago.
Oo.
Probably.
Hindi ba? Di ba lalaman natin yan? Malalaman natin, lalabas yan. Di ba, lalabas yan. Oh, teka muna, mag-break muna
Lalabas
tayo,
yun.
ha? Magbe-break muna tayo. Huwag ko kayong alis, magbe-break ho tayo saglit. At pagbalik ho natin, didiscuss ho ni attorney itong mga prenuptial agreement, no? So, yan ho. No? Para kung sakaling kayo medyo maraming pera at yung walang pera, malaman nyo kung ano dapat gawin, no? Okay, anong kaakibat niyan ng prenup, no? Okay, wag ko kayong alis. Saglit po lamang, kami po ay magbabalik.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O, ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
100% all natural. Tasty. Healthy. Versatile. 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galetos.
May problema ka ba sa landlord mo? Baka AV ka na ni Kuya. May problema sa mga kapitbahay, sa trabaho. O kaya naman kay Mister o kay Mrs. Away tungkol sa mana, mga may utang, mga aksidente, daing o laban sa ospital or sa NHS, harassment, o baka naman may stalker ka na gusto mong ireklamo. Punta na sa Divi Solicitors para matulungan ka pagdating sa mga litigations at iba pang mga legal concerns. Divi Solicitors at 2nd floor, Howard House, St. John Street, Bedford, MK42 0DJ. Tumawag sa 01234-350-244 or 01234-225-188 o kaya naman mag-email sa d.quinto@dvsolicitors.com. Visit our website at www.dvsolicitors.com.
During these trying times, we salute the frontliners who are tirelessly caring for all of us against the COVID-19. To all the courageous nurses, doctors, carers, and paramedics at the NHS, words are not enough to thank you. We at Highlight Express International are here to support you back with a full semester 10% discount when you send your balikbayan boxes to your family in the Philippines. Dahil ang Highlight Express International ay para sa pamilya.
Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.
Okay, tuloy-tuloy tayo sa ating program. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Okay. Ayan, balik na ho tayo. Balik na kami ni Attorney Danna Quinto. Attorney, basahin lang natin saglit yung mga konting pahabol lang ng mga pagbate. And then we'll go back straight to sa ating sa yung topic natin for tonight, no? Ayan, si Rafa, sabi niya, Kuya Sonny, pa-shoutout po kay Klein Garcia. She is watching right now on your program. Salamat po. Ayan, kaibigan namin yan, no? Si Klein. Oh, napaka-sweet na kulot ang buhok niya, attorney, no? Kasama siya ni Rafa. They both originally came from Spain. Magkaibigan sila, magkasama sila sa trabaho at ngayon ay nasa United Kingdom na sila. Mabuhay, Rafa. Thank you, Klein. Namimiss ka namin ni Ate Solmo, ha? Oto, yan, alam mo talaga may mga viewers talaga tayo. They try to let us know. Ayan, si Catherine Yap.
Yes.
Oh.
Catherine Yap from Coronadal, Bill and Melinda Gates,
Hello, yes.
Salado, Prenup.
Catherine
Wala
Yap.
din tayo talaga and verified.
Wala. Okay, Bill and Melinda. Okay, balitang-balita worldwide. I was driving early this morning, alas 7 ng umaga. Attorney, nag-drive ako, tapos yun, napakinggan ko. Nakikinig ako sa LBC, London, ano ba yung sabihin ng LBC? Liberty Broadcasting Company Corporation, LBC. No, ayan, si Nick Ferrari.
London Borough Council.
London Borough Council. Oo nga. Pero Liberty ano yan? Liberty Broadcasting something yun eh. Mike says, good evening po sa inyo from Dublin, Ireland. Tony, kita mo,
Dublin, Ireland. Good
meron kang
evening, Mike.
taga-viewer from, sa Dublin, Ireland, no?
Nakakamiss mag-travel.
Nakapunta ka naman na Ireland, attorney? Just sa Dublin?
Dito po. I
Naku,
always wanted
may meron
to.
sila parang needle dyan sa Dublin.
Yeah.
Maganda yan. Tapos may isang place dyan, attorney, mag-enjoy ka kung mahilig ka sa music. May isang,
There.
nakalimutan ko na yung street, no? Puro mga bars, kantahan, mga country, mga folk,
Yeah.
ganyan, no? Ang ganda, oh. Mahal nga lang. Yung mga beer doon, mga inumin.
Mahal
Anyway,
yung Guinness. Anyway.
May tig...
Oh, may tigbawan dito sa May.
Yeah, May. Good evening, Sir Sonny, Attorney Danna, watching from Exeter, Devon. Ayan, talagang pinagmamalaki niya, Exeter, Devon. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Magkano ang bahay dyan sa Devon ngayon? Exeter,
Oo
no?
nga, magkano ba?
Edgardo Enriquez. Uy, nabuhay. Good evening, Mr. Laragan,
Edgardo!
Attorney Danna.
Congrats
Happy
po.
Tuesday to everyone. Yan, siya may
The
pasimolo niya.
original Edgardo
Ayan.
Kagasyan na talagang ang
Last-
original author ng Happy
ng
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Ito ngayon, last muna natin bago tayo, si Rudy Libroho. Attorney, pakabasa kung nababasa mo yan, nakikita
Happy
mo.
Tuesday, Sir Sonny, Attorney Ganda, and all kababayan. Isa na namang masayang gabi at puno ng mga impormasyon para sa mga Pinoy. May may
Pinoy Belfast, sabi niya. Mabuhay kayo.
Belfast, Rudy,
Yeah,
Mian,
mabuhay.
the rest
Good
of the
evening, good
family.
evening. Ayan.
Yes.
Okay, well, ito na ho si Attorney, no, para discuss yung ating topic for tonight, no. Attorney, yan, take it away.
Galing tayo. Exactly.
Sige.
Thank you,
Galing
Catherine, for confirming na walang prenup si Belinda at si Bill Gates
At saka
at
si
Melissa Gates.
si Melissa Gates.
Oo,
Okay.
wala. However, may mga instances na naririnig pa rin natin, prenup ng artista, prenup sa telenovela, prenup sa newspaper. It's everywhere at the moment. Ano nga ba yung prenup? At the same as what it says, prenuptial agreement bago kayo ikasal, it is an agreement that you reach between yourselves kung ano ang mangyayari sa mga ari-arian nyo, either before you get married, so a premarital property, and other properties that you will incur na magpupundar nyo habang kasal kayo, and what would happen kung magdi-divorce kayo. So it's pretty much in effect an agreement, isang kasunduan between two people before they enter a lifetime, supposedly a lifetime together. However, if it doesn't happen, meron silang exit agreement, kumbaga. So that's pretty much what it is. Hindi siya, akala nyo ba, hindi, it's not very romantic. A lot of people have their own opinion about it, that it's based on a lack of trust. Hindi mo ba ako ganun kamahal na iniisip mo lang ang ending at akala ko ba forever na to? From a lawyer's perspective, it doesn't necessarily mean like that. If you want to have a look at it as just in case, ganito yung mangyari, we are very clear as to what will happen to, sometimes legacy ng pamilya mo. Maybe may ari-arian ka na expected na ipamana mo sa mga anak mo, and hindi dapat magalaw ng isang ex-spouse or ex-wife or ex-husband, or sometimes talagang hard-earned money mo. You work very hard for it, and you would like it to be recognized in the marriage. So that's prenup. Is a prenup valid? So we'll go to frequently asked questions. Is a prenup valid in the UK? So this is in the setting of the UK. It is valid as long as formalities, may mga kondisyon na tinitingnan ng korte kung na-comply nyo ba. And as long as reasonable siya in terms na sa consequences ng couple at the time of the divorce. So there are two things. May formalities na requirement, and titingnan pa rin ng korte, hindi mo pwedeng exclude yung jurisdiction ng korte. I'll talk about it later on dun sa fifth na frequently asked question. Bakit paano na hindi pa rin ma-exclude? Paano na may say pa rin ang korte about prenup here? But on its face, it is valid. It is possible to be valid. Hindi rin siya, sabi nila, oh, there's, prenup is not worth it. If it's properly drafted, kung pinalo mo yung mga requirements ng korte, it is actually a very, very good way of clearing the expectations between two people before you embark on probably one of the biggest financial decision ng buhay mo, which is marriage, effectively. And the other biggest financial decision of your life is divorce. So if that doesn't pan out, if the marriage doesn't pan out, at least hindi na ganun ka laki yung pag-aawa, hindi na ganun ka tindi yung pag-aawayan nyo. Alam nyo na kung ano yung mangyayari. So that's one of the reason why it is actually quite advantageous. At hindi lang siya about someone not being so romantic or someone not trusting someone so much. I talked about formalities. So again, another frequently asked question. Ano ba yung formalities? Ano ba yung sinasabi mo ng mga requirements na yan? So the first one is actually must be signed at least 28 days before the wedding. The reason for that is ayaw ng korte na magkaroon ng undue influence o undue pressure dun sa isang partido. Halimbawa, ikakasal na kayo, 2 hours na lang, biglang, nakita natin to sa mga telenovela, biglang nag-produce ng prenup, nakagaw na yung babae, nakabarong na yung lalaki, ano pang gagawin ng babae or ng lalaki? If effectively, yung lalaki yung pinapasign. Kasi nakakahiya nga naman, di ba? Hindi ituloy yung kasal. So, they must be left with they probably will be left with no choice but to sign a prenup. So that's the reason why may time element. It allows parties to think about it, to discuss, to get the information they need to be able to make a good decision, whether or not they really would enter this agreement with full mental capacity and full understanding of its consequences later on. In reality, prenup takes a little longer than that. Negotiations really should happen straight away. So, ngayon pa lang, if that's something that you're thinking of, my advice is, pag-usapan nyo na. Pag-usapan nyo na. As big of a time period as possible. Dahil, ang totoo, hindi siya madaling diskusyon. It's not a discussion na people are excited about. Hindi siya kasing exciting na wedding planning, but it really should be part of that. Minsan 1 year tayo nag-wedding planning. Why are we keeping this? Because this is financial planning. Kung ayaw nyo ng prenup, that's fine. At least you discussed about it. Kung gusto nyo ng prenup, then take as much time as you need because of the other formalities. The second formality is full and frank disclosure. So pag sinabi nung napag-usapan nyo na, okay, let's do this, then both of you would have to give full and frank disclosure ng asset, liabilities, at income nyo. So that those parties who are entering it have full information, a full understanding kung ano man yung rights na papakawalan nila, ano man yung rights na magigain nila, or what rights are they trading with. So that's one of the requirements of the court, and you can actually see that na naka-attach dun sa mga prenup yung financial disclosure ng both parties. In very simple terms, if you are being asked, make a decision about sa future mo, about sa future ng pamilya mo, it only makes sense that you have full information when you make that decision. So, hindi yung pwede na, as I've said, 2 hours before kasal, paano mo po naman malalaman yung asset at liabilities, diba? So, that's the reason why. Time, information, and then the third one is independent legal advice. So, kasama din sa mga prenup ay isang certificate of advice na both parties went out to 2 separate lawyers They both have seen their own lawyers who explained to them what the prenup is about and how will it work in the now and in the future, and what are the consequences ng prenup na to. So, hindi that's the reason why hindi pwede na bara-bara lang bibiglain mo sa shotgun mo na ito prenup kung ayaw mo andyan na yung pare, ready na, ano pang gagawin mo. So that's the reason why you need time, you need information, and you need advice, legal advice. So those are pretty much the formalities. Now, isa sa mga tanong din sa akin is, pwede pa ba yun ma-review? Pwede ba later on na kapag ayaw na namin ng prenup, pwede ba namin i-cancel yan? Pwede ba yung sabihin na it's null and void, ayaw na namin ng prenup? Yes, absolutely. Kung both parties are in agreement, later on, say 5 years from now, you say, you know what? Ayoko na ng prenup. For whatever reason, you say, ayoko na ng prenup. You can, both of you, and I would suggest that put it in writing, that you say that prenup is now, we now agree that prenup is no longer active. So you can put that in writing. It's not a problem. You can change your mind. Not one person, but two people. The same, dalawang tao nag-agree mag-prenup, dalawang tao nag-agree magpakasal, dalawang tao din mag-agree kung ayaw na nila ng prenup. So if two people are in agreement, fine. Now, the fourth frequently asked question is, okay, kung gusto naming i-review, kung halimbawa, gusto pa rin namin magkaroon ng prenup, pero for any reason or another, gusto lang namin i-change. What are the events na pwede naming pag-isipan kung kailangan na naming i-review yung prenup? So I give this client a number of events. Actually, sa prenup, nilalagay namin na by passage of time, kailangan nyo talagang gawing fresh yung prenup nyo because of the next frequently asked question na sasabihin. You have to keep it as fresh as possible. Dapat in line dun sa circumstances nyo. Kung ano nangyayari sa buhay nyo, sa finances nyo. If there are children, kung may anak na, kailangan nyo ding tingnan kung applicable pa ba yung prenup na yan. Tama ba? In line ba yung prenup na yan sa nangyayari sa buhay nyo? Kung may material change of circumstances sa income, employability, kung may halimbawa may na-injure, may injured na person and they have a lifelong debilitating disease na hindi na sila lifelong debilitating injury na hindi na nila kaya mag-earn as much. So maybe that's a time to review the prenup. Material change of circumstances, financial circumstances. So those are what we call trigger events na kailangan yung tingnan, ito pa rin ba ang napapagkasunduan natin? Are we still on the same page? Okay. Are we still expecting the same thing from each other? So don't put it as unromantic ng conversation na to. It's really just about, are we clear about what we expect from each other? Because if those conversation happens and it happens as honestly as possible, most of the time, nakakatulong sa relasyon actually. Dahil mas alam ng isa't isa kung ano yung nararamdaman ng kabilang partido at kung meron mang kailangan i-change. And the last one probably is the most important one. Will the court follow the prenup? Susundin ba naman yan? Valid nga siya. Nagawa ko yung formality. Ni-review naman namin. Kaso, ano ba? Pag nag-divorce ba kami, ipa-follow ba ng court yung prenup? As I've said, court pa rin ang may huling salita. Hindi yung prenup nyo. However, if yung prenuptial agreement nyo is within the spectrum ng reasonableness sa circumstances nyo at that time of the divorce, the court will likely uphold the prenup. And that's the reason why ang advice namin sa mga kliyente is follow the formalities, pero i-upgrade nyo. i-update nyo yung prenup nyo para kung mangyari man yung hindi nyo gusto mangyari, mag-divorce man kayo, titingnan ako, okay, this is a very updated prenup. Alam nila kung ano yung nangyayari sa buhay nila. It is clear na napagkasunduan nila to. It is clear ang expectations nila sa isa't isa. And during this, at this point in time, during the circumstances nila, it's still applicable. The court will likely uphold it. Sasabihin ng korte, okay, there's no reason for us not to uphold that. You're two consenting adults. Yan ang pinagkasunduan nyo. Reasonable naman ang napagkasunduan nyo. Fine, go for it. There are times na hindi i-uphold ang prenup kung masyadong disadvantageous ang terms sa isang partido. Again, kung may magtatry maging tuso sa prenup, the other party can actually say, well, I'm not going to follow this because this is absolutely unfair. This is absolutely unreasonable in light of the Matrimonial Causes Act. So the court will likely say, no, actually, hindi tama, hindi reasonable yan. So we will not follow it, or we will say we'll follow some but not others. So hindi sasabihin, it's totally still up to the court. The point there is the court will give weight to the prenup, and it may not give much weight, may give some weight, or it may give a lot of weight kung reasonable talaga yun. So that's pretty much prenup for you guys. It's not it's not the same as what you hear in television. It's not as unromantic as what you hear in telenovela. Hindi rin siya ganun ka. Hopefully, there are possibilities out there na mapag-usapan ito in a very constructive way. And marami naman. There have been from practice. There have been really very much in love couples who just had a prenup and made their expectations clear. So it is possible. If it's not for you, then don't do it. If it's for you, do it properly.
Okay, ayan. Yung si Belinda at saka si Bill, no, wala silang prenup, pero may special contract yata, a separation contract yata, attorney, that they've signed.
I think that's different. That is different. That's almost
different.
like a consent order. That is different. It's almost like a settlement agreement. So they decided to deal with it themselves. They don't want to use the court. They made an agreement between themselves, and that's different as well. To a prenup is before the marriage. So kung andito na kayo, wala kayong prenup, and you decide to do that to reach an agreement, what you call that agreement here in the UK is a consent order. Or you have an agreement, but it's in a form of a consent order, and you still send that to the court para magkaroon kayo at kung gusto niyo ng clean break. So it's a very very good
attorney,
practice.
they can talk it between, for example, kamukha niyan, pwedeng sila na mag-usap kung hindi tayo pwedeng mag-split dito na 50-50, pwedeng 40% ka lang, 30%, ganun ba ang parang separation contract?
There is a possibility. So they would probably, what we say to them is still follow yung sinasabi namin, disclose niyo sa isa't isa yung asset, liabilities, income, etc. Full disclosure kayo. By all means, agree between yourselves, then go get independent legal advice. Kasi sasabihin ko sa kliyente ko na, look, you can either get more, you can, or this is within the reasonable spectrum. If I know that they can get more, but still, this happened in reality, and ayaw nila, and say, tama na, ayaw ka na, we will have to still explain to the court that they reached that agreement with full knowledge, that they understood their rights and terms, and that further to this, I will have to explain that, okay, dahil ito, most of the time it's because it's a recognition of someone's hard work. Sinabi nila, talagang, inano niya yan pinundara niya yun And I would say, okay, fair enough. it is the court will review consent orders. They really ask questions. Sasabihin nila, bakit mukhang unreasonable to? And you have to give explanation. You have to satisfy the court that the parties have done as much as they can in terms that they have understood the consequences of their decisions, that they have been advised properly, and that the background of the situation is that no one is having a terribly unfair deal. If you want to ask the blessing of the court to stamp it, and you have it in a full order, kasi pag naging order na yun, Mr. Laragan, it's bawal mong hindi sundin yun. You're pretty much disobeying a court order. Kaya gusto ng mga tao, bibigyan mo ko ng 150,000. Yeah. So what you want is to really get that watertight na korte mismo ang mag-order or ibebenta yung bahay. You want the court to order that so that you have the comfort of a court order to fall back on. A lot of people would have their own, pwede rin na yun sila lang, walang court order. Pero ang hindi kaganda, ang cons doon, kumbaga, ang hindi doon is, paano kung hindi sundin ng isang partido yung agreement nila? Saan ka pupunta? Hindi mo nalagay sa court order, hindi sealed ng court order. I've heard people do like wala mismo nung court order na yun. Na sila lang, they dealt with it themselves. They still trust each other. They said, look, eto na to, and we'll just do it between ourselves with no court order. People have done that, fair enough. However, as I've said, it's totally up to you. If you want the full-on consent order with the order of the court and clean break order na hindi na talaga siya pwede babalik, hindi ka na pwede habulin ever, you need the court to seal that agreement. And with that, ang trade doon is kailangang i-review ng court yung agreement mo.
Okay, well, ayan, okay. Tatanong sana kung mabilis, no? Kung siya kinasal dito si Bill at Melinda Gates, kung dito yan, hindi pwedeng gawin ni Bill Gates na 1 week before the wedding, ibigay yung spring yung no? Sabi mo kasi on the day itself, alanganin, di ba? Pero kung a week before, there's time enough, di ba? Is there time enough also for lawyers? Diba? Sabi mo, each side must have a lawyer. Kung si Bill at saka si Melinda, 1 week before si Bill binigay kay Melinda, hindi pwede na because you said it's 28 days at least.
It's 28 days. The presumption dyan is that they weren't given enough days. The reason being is that 1 week before, nabook na lahat. Nabook na you're not affording the other person the right to say no to the wedding. So kung hindi niya gusto yung agreement mo, there would have to be that chance to say no to that wedding as well. So it can't be na, ipitin mo siya, yan na yung wedding, nabayaran na lahat. So kailangan mo na ding sign and all. That's pretty much what it's saying. 1 week before the wedding, bayad na lahat. Mapapahiya kasi nabigay na yung invitation. So okay. May duress na element. Kasi 1 week na lang kung ikaw ba naman Mr. Laragan, 1 week na lang na-announce na lahat na na. So it's very hard to back down of that.
Okay. All right. Meron tayong dalawang questions dito pero bago si Edgardo na may question din ito. Bigandaan lang natin to. Attorney, okay. Ano ba tong nandito sa atin? Okay. Ayan. Ito, tungkol sa bahay yata ito, attorney. Coming from Ariana. Nababasa mo ba? Can you read it?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, gusto ko na pong bumili ng bahay. Sa ngayon daw, para sa first-time buyer, ay 5% lang po ang deposit. Mahirap po ba ang proseso sa pagbili ng bahay? Di po ba kailangan ng conveyancing solicitor? You do need I highly recommend mag-conveyancing solicitor, Ariana. Most, if not all, require a conveyancing solicitor dito. It is going to be your biggest purchase, if not one of your biggest purchase, if not the biggest purchase of your life. Magkano ba? 150,000, 200,000, 250,000. So you want to make sure na yung conveyancing solicitor ay mare-review niya magagawa niya yung due diligence niya na una, yung binibili mo ay yun nga, tugma nga, walang problema sa legality, na good ang title, na ma-explain sa'yo kung ano yung obligasyon mo, flat ba yan, may obligasyon ka ba sa repair and maintenance, ano yung boundary, kung ano ba yung nakapaligid, meron ka bang kailangan na i-contribute sa maintenance na mga nakapaligid sa'yo, tama ba yung parking, etc. and etc. In terms of yung sa money side, you have to go to a mortgage broker. I heard of the 5% deposit, but you have to first go to a mortgage broker kung matitingnan mo kung magkaka-mortgage ka, if that is the case. And then kung positive, then you go find your house, you make an offer for the house, and then kung na-accept yung offer mo, that's when the conveyancing process begins. The job of the conveyancing solicitor is to make it as easy and as user-friendly sa'yo. So it's not that it's hard, it's you have to do it properly dahil malaking investment yan. Okay?
Oh, ano yan, big ticket item yan, no? Because you have to live with it for many years, no? Yung decision na yun.
Correct.
Hindi pwedeng palitan mo kaagad. You should be happy. First, siguro ako, from a non-legal standpoint, you should really talagang you choose na talaga kasi yun you have to be happy. That's a one big decision. And you will stay there for a long time, no? Di ba? Baka yung buong buhay mo, no? Teka muna, attorney, may pagkakaiba ba? Mas complicated ba? Okay, they need the services of a conveyancing solicitor. But would it be less complicated if it were a new build compared sa isang gawa na? Dahil paggawa na, hindi gawa, para may mga problema o dapat ano. Pero hindi rin, not necessarily. So, new build yan, kaya ano yan, hindi naman luma, no? Basta hindi new build. Okay, new build o hindi new build, kailangan talaga ng solicitor.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. So malinaw 'yan. Teka muna, may pagbati tayo rito kay si Rose Hobbs, Rose Hobbs, attorney, may ayan. Rose Hobbs, ano 'yan? But ano yung do the 5 na yan? Nakikita ko lagi.
Ano po ba yan? Ano po ba yan?
Pero may research akong do the 5 parang sa W Health Organization yata. Hindi ko alam yung 5 against COVID. Hindi ko alam kung yung mga face mask.
Baka may parang emoticons.
Baka emoticons siguro yan, no? Ayan, ito yung ating, yung kaibigan mo, attorney, na galit sa atin, no? Sa pagmamahal. Pakibasa, attorney, para matuwa sa atin yan.
Good evening, Sonny and Attorney Danna. Happy Thursday. Tuesday pala tayo, Mr. Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Tuesday, Emmeline. Happy Tuesday pala. Happy Tuesday,
Emmeline. Oo, happy Tuesday. Naku, love na love niya si Emmeline. Talagang ano yan, no? Ano pangalan to? Talagang, ano nangyari? Naku, nawala yung isang question natin, attorney. Nawala yung isang question natin. Anyway, nawala. Hindi na ano. Di bale. Okay. Makapagbati muna, attorney. Sige, yan.
Ayan, magandang gabi, Attorney DQ and legendary Sonny Laragan at sa mga taga-subaybay sa programa. Happy Tuesday, DQ. Happy Tuesday, Edgar.
Ayan,
Happy Tuesday.
Uy, binabati ko pala si Marita Kapinpin, no? Marita, mabuhay ha, at siya ay nanonood sa atin ngayon. Marita, mabuhay, ingat-ingat, no? Okay. Edgardo, teka muna, asan ba ito? May tanong ba may tanong yata si Edgar.
Edgardo ba yun? May tanong? Si
wala. May tanong, ito, si Edgardo Enriquez pala. Puro Ed yan Edgardo, yan. Ayan, hi Attorney Danna. Is it anything, sabi niya? Is it anything goes?
Anything goes on.
Baka pwede naman magtanong. Pwede na ho, open forum na ho. Sige, magtanong ka.
Open forum, yeah.
Let's say 60% to wife and 40% to the husband. Or 70-30 of the total assets?
Assets.
Ano ibig mo sabihin? Tingnan ano ba tayo sa the issue, may kadugtong
meron pa.
The issue with some properties now, especially the flats,
that is the conveyancing.
Cladding issue. Some banks are
looking
for the EW.
Looking for the EWS one certificate. I think that's a separate comment, Mr. Laragan. I think that's for the
separate yan. Balik tayo sa kanina. Ano ba yan? Parang hindi ko maintindihan to. Parang hindi ko maintindihan. Attorney Danna,
I think what he means is...
ano kaya ibig sabihin nila? 60-40?
Sa prenup siguro, is it anything goes for the prenup? Yun bang...
Baka yun, anything goes?
Yes and and yes and no. With a prenup, so obviously, pag kailangan tingnan ng abogado mo who will draft the prenup, yung full and final disclosure as well, and titingnan yung heads of terms, and you will get an advice as to paano nyo hahatiin. So walang automatic na, oh, this is it. If you say, this is what we want, you'd have to give an explanation o bakit ganito. Bakit ganito yung paano nyo na-reach yung agreement na to. So, yes, in some ways, we start with what have you agreed, what do you want, and then we go to, okay, how can we make it as legally enforceable as possible. Kasi wala namang kwenta kung unfair yung prenup, hindi rin mag-hold sa court in some ways. What you want is for the prenup to be still enforceable, but to be as close as possible sa kung ano mo gusto mong mangyari.
Okay, well, ayan. Thank you very much. No? Ito, bumati si Ate si Marita Kapinpin. Ayan, bumati siya. Hi, Sir Sonny and Attorney Danna. Ayan, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Ba, nakuha niya na kagad yung ating parang, ano ba yan? Ano ba tawag natin sa ano yan? Parang, how do we call it? How do we term it, Attorney? Parang yung ginawa ni Edgardo? Parang,
yung Happy Tuesday, ano ba?
How would you,
parang,
parang ano, anyway, no? Okay. Mabuhay. Nako, kayo ho, yung mga kaibigan natin, kababayan, kung kailangan nyo ho ng mga accounting services, kausapin nyo lang ho ako, no? At maayos na maayos. Meron tayong mga accounting services. Ayan, may sideline ako, attorney.
At accountant ka na?
Hindi. Accountant na, oo. Yung mga kailangan accountant dyan. Hanapin lang si Sonny Laragan. Accounting Advice Corner. Tama. Wait, tama rin. Maganda rin, attorney. Yung mga ganyan, yung mga tax advice, accounting, di ba? Kung ano dapat gawin, no? Personal at business. Correct. Malaking bagay yan.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Di ba? Malaking bagay yan. Okay, attorney, nako, so next week, gantong oras ulit, mga 8:30 ka ba namin makikita? 8:35? 8:40. Ayan. Sa Tuesday. Baka magtaka sila last na yan. Yung mga nanonood, baka magtaka na naman kayo. Baka ano nangyari kay Attorney Danna? Tsaka si Sonny Laragan. Nasa na? Hanggang next week ho yun, no? Mga 8:40 ho. Pero after that, balik na ho tayo sa regular time slot natin na 8 p.m. 8 p.m. No? 8 p.m. 9 p.m. sa Europe. Sa Dublin, same time yata ang Republic of Ireland sa atin, di ba? We have the same time, no?
Right.
Dami mong attorney, mga iba-ibang lugar na nanonood sa atin, no? Ayan. Ito, bumati. Bumati si Sol. Mabati si Sol. Ayan. Sabi niya, hi, Attorney Danna. Paano ba? Hindi ko mabasa, Attorney. Hi, Attorney Danna. May tanong po ako. Papaalam na kami, no? May tanong po ako na out of the topic because, this is really
bothering me. Yeah.
My agency before... sige, basahin mo nga, Attorney.
Ay, hanggang doon lang po. My agency before
my agency before deducted an employer NIN in my payslip that I don't have an idea. Is that legal? And I found out that my agency did not pay my NI and income tax to HMRC. Anong gagawin dito? I think I know. Hindi lumitaw, attorney. Merong isang agency dyan na naniningil. Kasi ngayon, online na, you can see kung ano yung mga binayad ng mga national insurance mo, yung taxes mo and everything. Lumalabas na ang kagandahan dito sa UK. I don't know kung meron sa Pilipinas. Kitang-kita mo. Yung gateway ko tawagin. Pero ganun, attorney, wala sa record niya dun sa, pero nasa payslip niya, sinisingil. Pwede bang habulin yan?
I think magagalit talaga yung HMRC. Magagalit yung HMRC dun sa agency.
Walang hiya yung agency niya, attorney.
Hindi naman,
walang hiya. Alam mo kasi walang hiya kung bakit ko sinabi walang hiya.
Walang hiya. Akala ko wala na.
Walang hiya. Hindi, kasi walang hiya kasi they sa lahat ng mga agencies that will require yung mga caregivers o mga ganun, sila lang ang agency na naniningil at naniningil. Papupuntahin ka sa pinakamahal na para ma-test ka lang, yung nangangwarta ba sila? Because probably they get
I
a...
have.
Mga ganun, Yung iba kasi hindi ganun
medical.
naghahanap ng, yung medical, Ang daming
Medical,
requirements,
yeah.
talagang mahal,
Okay.
magastos. And yet, di ba, karamihan ng mga nursing homes, they don't really require that or nursing agencies, no? So, pwedeng habulin to, attorney, susulatan? Ano gagawin?
I think kasi kung due yun sa HMRC talaga,
Yeah. Walang
the,
record.
may record si Sol ng
May record
payslip,
ng
diba?
na sweldo, andon,
Ang
binawasan,
sweldo.
na dapat
Binawasan
may
yung sweldo.
binawasan para sa NI, pero walang record sa
Walang,
gateway.
and then you can see, madali yan sabihin mo sa HMRC, dapat binayad nila sa inyo yan kasi kinaltas sa akin. Hindi naman pwede ibigay, kasi deducted at source yan, di ba? So, hindi pwede ibigay kay Sol yan, dapat ibibigay sa HMRC.
Sa
diba?
HMRC baka kausapin yung taong dapat HMRC na, direct na
Kasi
kausapin.
HMRC, kasi mas
Hindi na yun-
talagang sila yung...
Hindi na yung taong
sila
hindi na yung taong
sila
pwede
yung
pwede
humabol.
palabasin kunyari, HMRC, sinisisi ka namin Ito, may record si employer hindi ba't hindi mo na-record? Parang ganun, pwede rin, kunyari.
Hindi po sisisihin yung HMRC.
Hindi, kunyari lang, parang style lang, pero actually, dapat sa inyo.
The more powerful argument is, sasabihin mo sa HMRC, look, someone else is using your tax to get money, but they're not paying it to you.
Ayun, okay.
Diba
So sa
magalit yung
HMRC,
HMRC?
so ang pangyayari, don't write to the
And that's a criminal
company,
offense.
let the HMRC to contact them. Ganun ba sinasabi mo, attorney?
Yeah, because HMRC is one of the most powerful organizations in the UK. They can pretty much start a criminal proceedings
okay.
against them. So,
Ayun.
hindi mo makukuha yung pera kasi sasabihin ng HMRC, dapat naman talaga yan mapunta dun sa tax mo. Kaso hindi namin makuha. So, kung gusto mo lang talagang turuan ng leksyon, yung gumawa nun. Kasi wala nga ang advantage case no, tataas yung tax na hindi niya naman pwede makuha yun. Kasi tax yun NI contributions yun. So what you can say is someone's been deducting NI contributions. And you can ask HMRC, so, ask for, can you make can you increase maybe yung state pension? Kasi yun yun ang magiging additional na kung nagbayad ka ng certain years ng NI contributions. So that's the positive for Sol. Na pag na-adjust ng HMRC yung tamang contribution niya, tataas yung number of years or number of months of contribution niya. But kung gusto niya turuan ng leksyon, sabihin niyo sa HMRC, someone's misusing the deduction at source, abusing the deduction at source facility. So you should act on them. And that could possibly be a criminal offense against the company.
Okay, all right.
Or against
Okay.
the right.
Okay. Si RG Menodin ba to? Sabi niya, hello po, good night. Hello, good evening,
Good
Kuya
evening.
Sonny and attorney. Oh, good evening. Yeah, good attorney. Hope you are always fine. Yeah, thank you. Oy,
Thank you, Agi Gago.
from Sweden naman. From Sweden. Thank you. Ayan, thank you.
Dati ko
Oo.
hinahanap yung message yan.
Oo nga,
parati sa...
Thank you. Si Virginia Elona, no? Virginia Elona. Edgardo Gagahasyan on YouTube says, I think P45 is the summary of the, ano yan?
Or
Basa mo,
P60, I think it's P60, isn't it?
P45 is a summary of the annual payment of tax and salary received. Just send them
an email about
the 12 months salary
coincident.
should coincide with
coincide.
P45. Okay.
I think it's is it P45 or P60 you got? P45 is what you get when you stop employment. P60 is the annual one that you get, isn't it? April. I just had my P60 then in April.
Okay.
So every
Di
year
bale.
you get a summary.
May
P60.
tatanong ko kasi pangalan si Edgardo, may ano sinasabi ni Edgardo naman dito? Ano to? Ano yan? P lang? Anyway.
Wait, kumulang.
Kumulang. RG Binodin, hello, good evening po. Ay, attorney ko bumasa para kasi parang mas maganda ikaw bumasa.
Hello, good evening po sa maganda at ating matalino. Attorney
Oo,
Danna
matalino.
and Kuya Sonny. Hope you are always fine. Keep safe. We are watching here from Malaga, Spain. Oh my God, I miss Malaga.
Mabuhay kayo,
Ako
RG.
rin.
Si RG,
Mabuhay,
nako.
RG.
Ba,
RG,
attorney, ang ano mo,
wala
beauty
ako
mo
dyan.
pang ano ha? Ang attorney, ang beauty mo pang Europe talaga at UK and Europe ha. Kita mo nga naman, no?
RG, pumupunta ako dyan sa sa El Choro, Spain.
Oy.
So,
Ay,
I hope
meron
to
na
go
tayong
back.
kaibigan sa RG, no? Diyan sa bandang Malaga, Spain, no? At least meron tayong kaibigan.
Malaga.
Virginia Lona, good evening. Sonny and attorney Danna QUInto, thanks for sharing the show. Stay safe, oh. Thank you,
Stay
no?
safe.
Thank you for welcoming us in your homes then, no?
Yeah.
P60, I think, sabi ni Edgardo.
Yeah, it's been
Okay.
60, yeah.
Well, mabuhay. Okay, attorney, naku, magpaalam na tayo. Naku, ikaw na-over ka na at matutulog ka pa at ikaw ay kasama pa sa Ramadan ng meron ka pang Ramadan, no? Diba? Isang linggo na lang. Naku, isang linggo na lang, attorney. Ilang tulog na lang. At alam ko, weekend. Teka muna, isang tanong lang. Ako'y nababagabag eh. Ako'y parang naiintriga sa'yo, attorney eh. Naiintriga ako sa'yo. Ikaw ay nagfa-fasting, okay? Meron kang na-post nung huli na napakagandang kare-kare na may tali pa ng sitaw na may dekorasyon. Anong oras mo kinain yan?
Alas 8, 8:20. Inintay ko talaga.
Pagkatapos?
8:20. Pagkatapos, oo. Pagkatapos ko yun, pinost ko yun nung na iftar na nung breaking the fast.
Breaking the fast na.
I would prepare my food ahead of time. Siguro mga an hour before. Tapos picture. Hintay ko ulit ng alas 8.
Ganda presentation, attorney. Parang parang talagang parang ka kumain sa isang restaurant talaga, kumbaga prepared for di ba? Yung mga kumbaga talagang binayaran mo, no? Pero ikaw, usang tanong pa doon sa kare-kare, no? Alam ko mga kaibigan, Legal Advice Corner to. Kaya itatanong ko lang tong ikaw ba when you cook, natatansya mong for one person or siguro isang kain pa? Meron ka pa bang leftover when you cook something?
Oo, always po. Kasi hindi, naman dito, lalo na kung mag-isa ka, kailangan, kailangan mo mag-cook ng wholesale, yung 3 araw. Andun na sa freezer yung ibang,
Ganun ba?
lang yung, one portion lang yun, yung nasa freezer yun.
Kala ko, sabi ko, husay ni Attorney Danna magluto. Kasi ako nga, di ba, nag-aaral nga ako magluto, di ba? Minsan yung niluluto ko, mga 2 beses ko pang kakainin yun, mga leftover siguro. In the next following week, mga twice ko makakain pang
Ganun talaga.
So, ganun
At
pala
least
talaga.
2 to 3 times, Mr. Laragan, pag nagluluto kayo.
Okay.
Kasi freezer nyo po. Freezer nyo para
really?
susunod. Para hindi kayo uni. Ako, freezer nyo minsan.
Hindi, pag mga 2 days, 3 days ba, hindi, kasi kung freezer ko, but anyway, next
Freezer nyo
topic
po
naman
agad.
yan.
Freezer nyo po agad yung iba. Freezer nyo agad. Para freezer nyo po agad yung halimbawa 2 to 3 para hindi naman pare-pareho yung kakainin nyo ng tatlong araw.
may niluto akong lomi. May niluto kami lomi ba? Yung para kasi, di ba, parang carbs yun. Hinati ko. Araw-araw. Yun ang parang parang kanin ko. Parang rice. Kasi hindi ako nag-rice. Nag-brown rice ako, no? Trying to eat healthy. Magmula na ma-inspire ako magluto, no? Ayan.
Luto tayo, mag-cook out tayo sa
Yes. Yes. It's fun, di ba?
We should cook.
Sharing of
cooking
di ba?
advice corner.
Ganun, di ba?
Advice corner tayo.
Tama yun, no? Totoo yan. Let's do that. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay, Edgardo Enriquez. Ano ba si Edgardo?
Si Edgardo Kagahas yan.
Sabi niya, ano ba mga hinahabol niya? Sabi niya, thanks Mr. Laragan and Attorney Danna. Yan. Very informative. Ayun.
Thank you.
We miss you, Edgardo. No? Pagka sumusulpot ka ganyan, nagugulat kami. May tigbawag. Thank you, Attorney. Stay safe and God bless. Good night. Okay.
Thank you.
Edgardo, my Alex is planning to take up sociology and French and English to be a lawyer. Wow, good. Tama ba? O may ibang subject to supplement sociology? Payuhan. Payuhan mo daw siya. Mag-usap kayo. Pwede.
Yan. Sige, pag i-research ko. Hindi kasi ako dito nag-high school pero i-research ko. Magtatanong ako.
Yun nga sasabihin ko dahil sa Pilipinas, any AB or BS degree sa Pilipinas, no, before you go into law proper.
Civica at kultura.
Oo. Ayan. Ikaw, di ba tinapos mo, attorney? Ano ba? Business degree? Ano ba tinapos mo?
Business degree po yung tinapos.
Business degree,
I don't know if not A-levels or foundation course. But yeah, I'll research, Edgar. I'll
Sige,
message you.
sige, sige. Buti yan, at least magkakaroon
Nakakatawa,
tayo ng...
Alex, good luck.
Oo,
Good
si
luck,
Attorney Duway, si Alex Duway, no?
Ayun,
Okay,
yun
well.
ang susunod na advice ko.
Ayan, wait, teka muna, ano na tayo, no? At saka makasama din natin yan later in the future si Alex, junior lawyer natin. Binoon mo, siya junior lawyer, ikaw naman managing partner, di ba? O, magiging, meron ba senior managing partner sa inyo? Wala na, no?
May mga senior partner, may mga senior partner pa yung mga original
okay.
na
Alright.
mga nag-Bisaya.
Ayan,
Exactly.
okay. Ano yan? Kailangan mo daw ba niya ng mag-aral din ng sa ano yan? Kung sa UK, siya mag-aaral ng law. Mag-aaral sa UK. Ano yan? Hindi ko ba intindihan?
Ano daw po?
Okay. Anyway, magpaalam na tayo. Siguro next time, itanong na lang natin yan. Kailangan mag-aaral ulit sa Canada. Ano kinalaman ng Canada sa UK?
Kahit ako naguluhan din ako.
Anyway, okay, mabuhay ka, Edgar. Sige, matulog ka na muna, Edgar. Sige, thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, attorney, sige, magpaalam na tayo. Baka, alam ko ikaw, no? Gigising ka pa mamaya alas 3 ng umaga, madaling araw. Sige, go ahead, attorney.
Maraming salamat po as usual. Thank you for bearing with us. One last time next week for a late start. But other than that, thank you very much. And keep safe and keep well. Mr. Laragan, as usual, thank you so much for having me here. It's always a pleasure to be back home sa Filipino TV Europe. And have a good night, everyone.
Wow, thank you rin. Talagang kami dapat magpasalamat sa attorney because without your, kung hindi dahil sa'yo, hindi tayo magkakaroon ng way or a reason for getting together because we are here, you are the reason why. They get to learn and they get to have your company, no? And salamat din sa'yo. We love you dearly. We love you, no? We appreciate yung mga ini-impart mo sa aming mga knowledge, no? Because somehow matututunan natin yan. And I'm so happy also we have a lot of mga silent viewers na magugulat ka lang. Some people are kind of medyo shy na medyo makita. Siguro ito baka may nagtatago sila. Lalo na kung may lalaki o babae, may utang o, no? Di ba makikita na yan, binabate, no? Lalaki, may pinagtatago ang babae, no? Ha?
Mr. Laragan, dapat may anonymous tayo.
Anonymous lang, oo.
Anonymous.
Pwede kayo mag-message sa, paano ba natin gagawin yan? Sa akin na lang siguro, i-message siguro anonymous.
I-DM, tapos sabihin mo anonymous lang.
Anonymous lang, oo. Pwede rin sabihin nyo, Mr. Laragan, pakibasa yung message ko, pero huwag din basahin ang pangalan ko. So, we will do that. No?
Ganun lang.
Sige.
Ganun lang.
Hindi, kasi
We'll keep it confidential.
marami tayong silent viewers eh. Silent So, okay lang yan. Okay.
Okay lang yun.
Maraming salamat to, no? Maraming salamat to sa inyong pagsubaybay for welcoming us in your homes, no? Maraming salamat indeed talaga. Truly, kami ho'y nagpapasalamat ni Attorney Danna. So, sa ngalan ni Attorney Danna, ito po si Sonny Laragang nagsasabing thank you very much sa inyong walang sawang pagsubaybay. And let's do it again next week, no? Next week hanggang 8:40. Please don't forget. Sulat nyo yan. Baka kala nyo, alas 8, nandiyan pa kayo. Hindi na kayo manood, matulog na kayo. Alas 8:40. After that, balik na ho, 2 weeks from now, no? So, we'll see you then. Take care, good night, and God bless. Bye!